my name is Kelly. I live in New York City. I work in New York City. I'm an administrative assistant at work. What else? I have a blog. The name of my blog is Islandchic77, which is always a conversation starter because everybody's always wondering what the 77 is about. Well, first, the island is about, I'm from Jamaica. I was born there, raised there until I was about 8 years old. Chic, that pretty much describes what, my personal style is. And then 77 is my husband's, well, then boyfriend's, football number in high school, which is where we met. I know, corny. But yeah. And so I just had that, be a part of my name because I thought it was so different. And again, as I just said, it's like a conversation starter. Everywhere I go, any meet and greet, fashion week, and I meet any new bloggers, they're always asking me, what's the 77 about? What island are you from? Which is good because then it gets me talking and, get me networking, which is what I'm all about. So as I got older and I started working, having my own money, I started, playing with fashion, experimenting, putting different colors together. And then I got a job in Midtown, which, hello, it's like the perfect place ever. It's like, oh my gosh, a fashion girl's dream. And I remember going to Bryant Park during my lunchtime, and I would sit there and I would just watch the ladies just go by with their high heels on. And that was my first love. My first love for fashion was heels, because I just thought they made a woman look so much sexier. Like, you can have on skinny jeans, a white t-shirt, some big hoops, or not even, like some little studs too, and just look absolutely amazing once you put those pumps on, those heels on, and if you actually put a color like a neon pump with skinny jeans and a white t-shirt, and if you throw a blazer over that, oh my goodness. So that's where I think that was my very first love, heels, because they just built your self-esteem and built a woman's confidence, which is what I'm all about. Like, which goes into why I love fashion, because it just makes you feel so good. It's like my coffee, like how people drink coffee to get a high. I dress up because it gives me a high, I don't know, as corny as that sounds, but it's the truth. Like, there's certain days I wake up and I'm just like, I don't want to go to work today, to see the same old people, do the same old thing, answer the same old questions. But then when I think about planning a fun outfit, or just wearing a fun outfit rather, it just instantly makes me feel a million times better. And I'm like, okay, especially if I knew that I bought shoes over the weekend, or I have a new skirt, or an idea came to my head to style, so I had to style something. That just instantly makes me feel good. On rainy days and snowy days, I don't wear black, I don't wear dull colors. I wear neon green, I wear highlighter yellow, oh my gosh, purple, reds, the brightest lipstick, and it just makes me feel so good. And it's so funny because in my office, they're always like, Kelly, I see you and you're like a ray of sunshine. And I'm like, good. That's exactly what my plan was. That's how I wanted you to see me. That's the image I wanted to portray. And, just being this ray of sunshine, and that's what fashion does for me. And I don't see how I could ever give up on something that makes me feel so good. And it's the only thing that makes me feel so good, apart from my family, which it's just, I would just always do it, so pretty much, as I said, that's where my love, I started falling in love with fashion, after working in Midtown and seeing all these ladies. And I would get stopped all the time. What are you wearing? What's the name of your bag? Or, what shirt is that? Or where did you get that skirt? And then I was just like, that's my biggest thing. I love telling people where I get my clothes. I'm not like some girls, which is why I started my blog, and that's the purpose for a blog, right? To share your information with other people, because I know there were lots of women who don't like to share where they get a certain piece because they want to be the only person with it. But I'm like, hey, if you coming up to me and telling me, wow, I really love how you put something together, awesome. And that's like an instant booster for me. That's like, because fashion is art. And can you imagine like an artist, you know, he's in the art gallery, you know, just checking out, people checking out his work, and they're like amazed and in awe of it, and they're like, well, who's the artist? I wish I knew who the artist was. And then he's like right there, and he just comes out of the blue and say, here I am. Like, that's awesome. So I take it as a compliment when women come to me and ask me where I get my stuff from. And I love sharing that. So that was one of the reasons why I actually started my blog, because I wanted to make other women feel good in the clothes that I wear, to show them that, hey, you can wear the same thing too, you know? You don't have to wear expensive pieces. And they're always shocked when I'm like, H&M, Zara, you know, eBay, Topshop, you know, they're always like, what? What makes me unique? I feel like I'm definitely unique and different because I'm authentic. I try to stay authentic because you have to be. There's so many fashion bloggers today that you have to offer something different, because if you're not, your followers are not going to come back. They have to be able to relate to you and relate to your style. Sure, change is great. You know, I encourage change, but it still has to be you. You know, my readers have to be able to see me and say, yeah, that's Kelly. That's Island Chic, you know. I remember one fashion week, one of my followers saw me, and she ran over to me and she's like, you know, hi Island Chic, I love you, you know, I love your style, etc., etc. And I'm like, wow, how'd you know it was me? You know, my back was kind of turned, and she's like, I knew it was you because of your hair. She was like, girl, I could spot you from a mile away. And I'm like, really? And that made me feel so good, because amongst all those girls, she was able to say, that's Island Chic right there. And that's what I love, and that's what I think being authentic is about, you know. Not just putting on the latest thing because it's popular or it's trendy. Yeah, you can wear trends, but make that, you know, trend you, like make it your style. I see a lot of like bloggers that wear the boho look. I don't really think necessarily that look is for me, so I won't, you know, experiment with it, because I know that's not me, and that's gonna transform on camera. I'm not gonna feel comfortable and confident, and at the end of the day, that's what fashion is about. You have to be confident in what you're wearing, because that's how you relate to your readers, and that's how you want to portray yourself to other women. I get my inspiration from other fashion bloggers, believe it or not. I love curling up and just going on my laptop and going through the list of my favorites and just reading about what's going on in their life and seeing how they apply, you know, certain outfits, and that's just so inspiring to me. And I also love to, ever since I was a little girl, I would take magazines, fashion magazines, and I would cut out my favorite look, and then I would put a collage together, and when I had no idea what to wear, I would go through the book, and then some of the things, what I would do is, like, if I saw a woman wearing maybe royal blue and neon, which is my favorite combination, like, ever, well, not ever, but it's one of my favorites. And maybe she has on a blue skirt and a green top. Now, I may look at that and look in my closet and say, well, I don't have a blue skirt, but I do have a blue top, a blue peplum top, and I also have green pants, you know, fitting pants that would look really nice. And then that's how I'll get, like, you know, my outfits that suits me, because I don't necessarily have what, you know, the model is wearing in the magazine. So definitely I draw a lot of my inspiration from, you know, In Style magazine and Mary Claire's, all those fashionable magazines. I don't buy them all the time, but when I do, it's mainly just to be inspired, see what's the new upcoming trend. So yeah, so I would say my inspirations, I get them from fashion bloggers like myself, and, you know, keeping up with the latest trends in magazines. My style is a reflection of my mood. I I'm very edgy, chic, girly, feminine. Sometimes I like to mix and match the two. Like I'll wear a leather jacket with maybe a tutu skirt to give me an edge. I love colors. I die for colors. I'm from the island, so I love colors. I love colors in the wintertime, just to jazz things up. Of course, I'll keep, certain things dark. Like I'll maybe have on a dark bottom, but with a bright top, or I'll have on, winter colors, but then my shoe will be a bright pop of color. So yeah, that's how I like to describe my personal style. As far as what I'd like to become, right now I'm a personal stylist, and what I want is to have a larger clientele. I want to be able to help more women. I want to be better at what I do. Every day I try to be better at what I do. Try to know a woman's body even more. We're all so different, but yet so alike at the same time, because one thing every woman have in common is they want to be confident, they want to feel sexy, they want to look good and feel good. No matter what size you are, you can be a toothpick or you can be as curvy as ever, but you want to know when you put on your clothes you look good. And I want to be able to give that to more women. So through my fashion blog, I'm growing because I'm also experimenting with things and experimenting with new looks. So when I have a client, I'm able to, say, hey, I tried this and it worked for me. Let's maybe try this for you, but maybe in a way that suits you. So that's pretty much what I want to do. Yeah. As far as growing my brand, I've done so many things. Well, at least I try to do so many things. The first thing on my list was to get into Fashion Week, because of course that's every fashion blogger's dream, is to get into Fashion Week. And my first attempt wasn't so good, but it didn't matter to me. The fact that I was able to even attend a show, even though it was off-site, I appreciated it so much because I got it on my own. I basically just reached out to the PR people of the different designers, and I told them a backstory about my blog and why I was passionate about it and why I wanted to see a certain designer. And I didn't get responses from a lot of them, but the ones that I did get responses from, maybe it was like about 2 or 3, they did invite me to the show, but it was off-site. And the next time around, that just gave me more of an incentive, because I was like, okay, I got into 3, they were off-site, but the next time, best believe I'm going to get into a lot more. And that's exactly what happened. I reached out, my blog got, bigger. I started having more followers. I did more things. I attended more shows, and I had a couple videos that I could include in the email to the PR person, like shop with me videos that I did for H&M and Forever 21. So I was able to show that, and they loved it. And I got invited this past Fashion Week. I attended a show at least every day. So I was attending maybe 2 or 3 shows every day. I attended a rooftop party. I met so many bloggers. I was truly in a happy place. So, when I had my cards and I was giving it out to everybody, so it was like great networking and just a huge way, to get people to know who Island Chic is. What else have I done? I did a collaboration the other day with H&M. They reached out to me. There was a new opening store in Times Square, and one of the marketing assistants, she reached out. She liked my blog, and she wanted me to participate in a runway launch that they were having, and so therefore it was going to be on the billboard in Times Square. And I'm like, yeah. She told me it was just going to be that day though, so that opening night, rather, at 12 o'clock, they were going to have me display on the billboard. But I was all about it. I was just like, it doesn't matter, my face will be out there. That's someone that's going to know Island Chic. Even though I wasn't so sure they were going to put my name Island Chic on the display, but just my face out there, I was all about it, etc., etc. Anyways, don't you know that right now, this minute, which that happened in November, right? Like, yeah, like about late October, early November, that billboard is still up in Times Square right now because she liked it so much, and it's still there. Isn't that amazing? My gosh, like, I'm so happy that I went, because I know other people would have been like, oh, it's only going to be there for a night, it doesn't matter. It's only going to be there midnight just for the launch of the new store. But I just took advantage of that. I'm like, no, you know what? I'm just going to go out there because I need my face to be shown. And look at that. Who would have known months later I would be on a billboard in Times Square? Hello? So that's just the type of person I am. I'm always trying to push island chic. Oh, better. I also was invited to have breakfast with Donna Karen. This was back in November, and I got that email like a day prior to when I was supposed to meet up and have the breakfast. And I'm like, what? And it basically, Donna Karen is partnered with a company called Urban Zen Marketplace. And so these designers were going to be showing their pieces right for the holidays. And Donna Karen just so happened, was going to show up there and have breakfast. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I have to go. And I went, and it was amazing. Like, the experience was amazing, the ambience was amazing. And when I saw her, I was like, I said hi, and I was, totally cool. And I told her, I'm from Island Chic, that's my blog. And I started chatting her up, and I was just so confident. And I think she sensed that. And I just went right in, and I was like, can I get a picture with you? And she's like, sure, we can get a picture. We got a picture. And I still wasn't okay with that. I still wanted more, because I figured at the end of the day, the most she could tell me is no. So I just jumped right in, and I said, you know what? I would love to review a few items for you. Can we make that happen? I've done reviews for other companies. And she looked at me and she said, yeah, we could make that happen. And she told me to contact her PR person. I wanted her to actually give me the name and the number or something right away. So, I kept pressing her. I know, right? And she brought me to someone else, which was another PR assistant of hers. And she gave me the contact information. And that day, so I left there in the morning. And that day I went back to work, and I sent that email out saying, hey, Donna Karen said I could review these dresses. And originally, I don't think, they thought I probably just wanted to review certain pieces from her collection, just, pictures only, but I was just like, no, I want the actual clothes to wear. And they made an exception for me, and I think it was because I was so determined, and they saw that, wow, this girl is really not taking no for an answer. And pretty much is who I am. Like, if you put me in a situation, I'm gonna talk, and I'm gonna ultimately try to get what I want, because at the end of the day, as I said, all somebody can really say is no. And if they say no, guess what? You just try again another time, or with somebody else, or take advantage of another opportunity. So those are definitely ways that I try to push Island Chic, which I think I'm doing a pretty good job. And this opportunity is another opportunity that I feel like could take Island Chic to the next level. I just to be a part of this would be incredible. Everybody knows, like, Diane is a icon. Like, she invented wrap dresses, which made women feel so confident. And what I love about the wrap dresses is that every size woman could wear a wrap dress and look and feel fabulous. And she's all about that, and empowering women, and I'm all about that too, and making them feel amazing in high-end stuff and in low-end stuff, or mixing the both, So being able to compete and, for a chance to just to be a part of that would be a dream come true for me, And as I said, that would be another opportunity for me to take my brand to an even bigger place. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm gonna continue to strive for, bigger and better for Island Chic, which clearly I've, my examples have showed that I've been doing that. But this, oh my God, this would just like, this would be amazing, like so humbling, so amazing. And I just would, I would, just to get that opportunity, like I'm lost for words, like just to get that opportunity would be more than enough for me, you know, because I know that I would do the bestest job, try the hardest, you know, give all of me, all of Kelly, because, you know, not having any experience, any fashion background, you know, apart from what I've taught myself over the years, you know, and to get this chance to prove to everybody and to myself that, yeah, you know, it would just be mind-blowing. Absolutely, absolutely mind-blowing.